This is my new car. It's a Citroen C4 VTS, which if you don't know what that is, it's a Citroen C4 but with the weird two-door hatch thing that Sebastian Loeb used to use in the WRC. This car is powered by a 4-cylinder, 2-litre engine with variable valve timing. It puts out about 180 horsepower. Same engine that used in one of my favourite cars, which is the Peugeot 206 GDI 180. I bought this car for $600 off the council. It was an abandoned vehicle and it has a host of issues. It's an absolute mess. So this is going to be the first episode in a series of videos getting this thing to run and cleaning it up so that I can actually drive it around and enjoy it. Okay, so one of the most common things that goes wrong with these cars are the engine bay fuse box. And as you can see, that's obviously an issue with this particular car and a reason why it doesn't start. But the previous owner did something funky. So as you can see, there's this blue wire tapped into one of the fuses there, and that's actually the wrong fuse as well. It's then taped over there, which is interesting. Comes up through the door, and if we come back around here, back into the car, let's focus up. So it comes through here, and if I show you this lovely switch here, they've taped it, well, not even taped it to a switch, it's just twisted onto the back of the switch, and that acts as like a kill switch that powers the fuse box. And then, not that you can see in here, but look at this. Look at this. That's one of the main power wires, and they've just stripped the insulation off and twisted that switch to it, which is just bizarre. But when you flick the switch, the car actually starts, so that's a good sign. The second issue is that slave cylinder is leaking. So I've already got a new one on the way, as well as the fuse box. They're not that expensive, so it's going to be a relatively cheap fix for me. But yeah, that slave cylinder is leaking, and so even though I got the car to start, I couldn't actually move it anywhere because the clutch wouldn't engage. Well, the time has come to start emptying it out, and let's find out everything, I guess. Let's just find what we see here. Soccer ball. It's a half decent one actually. Bit flat. So we've got a weather shield for Toyota, because that makes sense. What else have we got here? A fine of some description. What for? Use of unregistered vehicle. literally just around the corner as well. That's funny. Use of unregistered vehicle. Right, so that explains also why it was impounded. So much toilet paper. Why? Drug paraphernalia number one. Drug number two. I wonder what that was used for. Oh, sorry. Okay, so what exactly did I find? Well, there's the pile. There were 3 infringements for driving unregistered. There's 1 summons to appear at a magistrate court. There's that, whatever that is. Evidence that there may have been some sort of paraphernalia in the car, which relates to the charges on the magistrate court document. Just a lot of rubbish, random car parts, some for this car, some not, just all over the place. There was this Toyota Supra Lego set and a soccer ball, which is kind of cool. I'm not sure if they're worth anything, but they're Adidas Lego edition shoes, so also kind of cool. In the boot there was wiring for a sub, so there would have been an amplifier and sub in this at some point. Koya SF03s, which are actually quite a nice wheel. They're a genuine wheel, semi-forged, which is actually really cool. A set of these wheels easily pays for the purchase price of the car. It also has an aftermarket muffler as well, which sounds kind of zippy. It's nice. Yeah, so it's got some nice stuff to it. It's really confusing. Okay, so sitting in front of all the filth, all the mess, everything I pulled out of the car. A little bit of a backstory on the car. From what I can gather, its registration was cancelled in December last year. Since then, whoever owned it obviously drove it around because there's infringement notices of them driving it unregistered. It was parked on the street. Council fined them for that. They didn't pay the fine. Then it got impounded by the council, and the council then auctioned it off when the owner couldn't come up with the funds to retrieve the car. And so it looks like at some point this car was cared for. I mean, it's got an aftermarket exhaust, it's got Koya wheels, which are a custom thing. You have to get them ordered to your stud pattern. I mean, it looks like it was well cared for. I mean, even the wheels are wrapped in Conti MC6s, which are a very good tyre. It seems to have been cared for. It's got little things like they've changed the colour of the parker lights so that they're red and all sorts of things like that. So somewhere along the line, someone spent money on this car and cared for it, but whether it be usage of certain things and a lack of money, and it's just the car's degraded completely. But I think I should be able to fix it pretty easily, and I'll definitely be able to clean it up and make it look presentable. So I'm excited for what is next to come. But yeah, this is where we're at now.